Hi everyone, we're working in the Theory of Music Made Easy, grade 1. We're going to start on page 3. These pages talk about how long and short notes can last. So we've got 4 notes over here, a note called a semibreve. It looks a bit like an egg, and it lasts 4 counts. And I like to use these French time names so that we can internalize how long this note is. So as I do it, clap along with me. So we're going to say the words ta, ah, ah. We're going to clap on the t sound and then hold it for the r sounds. So it will go like this. Ta, ah, ah, ah. Give that a try. Ready? And ta, ah, ah, ah. Then we have a minim. We've taken the semibreve and we've added a stem to it. The stem can go up and the stem can also go down on the left. Either one, you'll find either one in music. Down on the left, up on the right. Those are both minims, and there are 2 counts each, and we're going to say ta, ah, ta, ah. We say the t sound every time the beginning of the note, for the beginning of the note. Ready? And ta, ah, ta, ah. Then we have the crotchet. This is taking a minim and coloring it in. Each of these crotchets is 1 count. So if we clap 4 crotchets, it will be equivalent to 4 counts, which is the same length as 1 semibreve and the same length as 2 minims. So each of these blocks is adding up to 4 counts. Okay, so for each one, we're going to say ta, 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 ta. Let's give that a try. Ready? And ta, 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 ta. And lastly, we have a quaver. Quavers can be written in a number of ways. We can add to the crotchet a little tail, or we can beam the stems at the top. These can also be written upside down as well, with the stems going down. So you can have the tail always goes to the right, and you can also beam it upside down. And likewise, you can also write crotchets with the stem going up on the right or down on the left. Okay, so for this one, we're going to say ta-te, ta-te. You can see it takes 2 quavers to fill the time of 1 crotchet. So ta, 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 ta-te, 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 ta-te. And each of these quavers is half a count. Okay, so let's give it a try. Ready? And ta-te, 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 ta-te. Okay, so let's go through them from the beginning, clapping them out. Semibreves, ready? And ta, ah, ah, and minims. Ta, ah, ta, crotchets. Ta, 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 quavers. Ta, te, ta, te, ta, te, ta, te. And if you're in a group, you can have lots of fun getting one person to clap semibreves, for example, and another person to clap crotchets. So I'm going to tap out crotchets with my foot. Here it is. And above it, I'm going to clap semibreves. Then I'm going to change to minims. And quavers. So you get a sense of how they all fit together. 1 semibreve, for the length of 1 semibreve, I can clap 2 minims. And for the length of 1 semibreve, I can clap 4 crotchets. And the length of 1 semibreve, I can clap 8 quavers. If we look at just the minim, in 1 minim, I can clap 2 crotchets, right? If I'm tapping with my foot the crotchet and a minim, you can hear 2 foot stamps for each minim. And as I said before, it takes 2 quavers to fill the time of 1 crotchet. Here I'm stamping crotchets again, and you'll hear for 2 quavers. So it's very important to feel how all of those notes fit together. Okay, so now for some exercises over here, you're just going to fill in the time values. Okay, so the time values are how many counts each of these notes are. So have a go at that, pause the video, and then check your answers with mine in a moment. Right, let's have a check that you got all of those right. Very important to mark your work as you go. So number 1A, of course, they gave us that the semibreve is 4 counts. Here's a minim, 2 counts. Crotchet, 1 count. Quaver, half a count. Semi-breve, 4 counts. Crotchet, 1 count. Quaver, half a count. And minim, 2 counts. 1B, quaver, half a count. Minim, 2. Quaver, half. Semi-breve, 4. Crotchet, 1. Semi-breve, 4. Minim, 2. Crotchet, 1. So I hope you got all of those correct. The next one is just to get to know the names of the notes. Important to be able to spell these words as well. So have a go at writing in the name of each of these notes. Pause the video and then check your answers in a moment. Okay, here are the answers. So the note A is a minim. B below it is a quaver. Here's note C is a quaver. D is a semi-breve. E is a crotchet. And F is a minim. So this page was talking about duration. I wrote that word at the top there. How long and short notes will last. Over the page we go. Page 4. All right, so now we have that sense of how the notes fit together. Okay, so you've got to remember your table over here. If you get stuck, turn back to it and have a look. Remember, each of these blocks lasts 4 counts. So I can have 2 minims. All of this will make up the same amount of time as 1 semi-breve, right? So remember, 1 semi-breve is the same in time value as 2 minims. And I can clap 4 crotchets in that time and 8 quavers. Then if you divide this chart in half, it helps then. Minims, 2 crotchets, I can fit 4 quavers. And if I only want to look at crotchets, I can see I can have 1 crotchet and 2 quavers. Okay, so have a go at this one over here, page 4, number 3, and then check your answers in a moment. Pause the video. And here the answers are for you. So for every 1 semi-breve, I can clap 2 minims, right? This one is ta, ah, ah, ah. This one I go ta, ah, 2 minims. For every semi-breve, I can clap 4 crotchets. And for every semi-breve, I can clap 8 quavers. So that was very straightforward, just comparing 1 semi-breve to what's happening in this table over here. This side over here, question D, in every minim, I can clap 2 crotchets. And in every minim, I can clap 4 quavers. Remember, I showed you how to divide it like that. For every minim, there are 2 crotchets, and for every minim, there are 4 quavers. And then lastly, for every crotchet, there are 2 quavers. And question 4 is just a little bit of coloring, so you can have a bit of fun. You're going to color anything that adds up to 4 counts in red, anything that adds up to 2 counts in yellow, and anything that is 1 count in green. Okay, so now we've got to think a little bit here. What could add up to 4 counts? Okay, so I know I've got 1 single note that can add up to 4 counts, my semi-breve. But in fact, any of these put together will add up to 4 counts. There are lots of different combinations. So we could be looking for 1 semi-breve. We could be looking for 2 minims. We could be looking for 4 crotchets. We could be looking for 8 quavers. I'm not going to write them out. I'll run out of space. We could be looking at a combination. What if we had 1 minim and we had 2 crotchets? That would make sense because a minim is 2 counts, ta, ah, and each crotchet is 1 count. So together those would add up to 4. Okay, so let's have a look for those first. Find the red color here. And let's have a look for anything that adds up to 4 counts. Okay, here's a pretty straightforward one. Crotchet, 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 crotchet. So this one here would be 4 counts. I'm just going to put a circle in it, the red color. Let's have a look at this one over here. Here's a minim, that's 2 counts. Each of these is half a count, so together they're going to make 1. That's 3 counts altogether, and the crotchet is 1 count. So this will be 4 counts. Okay, get the idea? Right, we'll continue with that in a moment. Let's have a look at 2 counts for yellow. So 2 counts, we wouldn't be able to have a semi-brief because a semi-brief is 4 counts, but we could be looking for 1 minim, or we could be looking for 2 crotchets, or we could be looking for 4 quavers, or we could even be looking for, I'll just put or 1 crotchet and something like 2 quavers, right? Each quaver is a half a count, so those 2, just get used to that. Those 2 together make up 1 count, and another 1 count would be 2. Okay, so you'll be looking for that. Anything that adds up to 2 counts, you're going to color in yellow. And 1 count, green. So really just a few options, either a crotchet, or you could have 2 quavers. You could write the quavers like that, or you could beam the quavers. Same thing, they both mean tate. And those are going to be green. Okay, so take a moment, color in the page, and then unpause to check your answers. Okay, let's check those answers. So over here at the top, this would be yellow, the minim. 2 quavers is green. 2 crotchets, yellow. 4 quavers, yellow. 4 crotchets we did together, red. And this jumble of notes, a minim, 2 quavers, and a crotchet would be red. A minim and 2 crotchets, red. 2 minims, red. 1 crotchet, 2 quavers, yellow. And 2 quavers by themselves, green.